Hello, my beautiful people. Life is lifing. As you all know, I am a reservist in the military, and I'm coming off of 2 weeks of being on a flight line. My hair has been exposed to heat, sleet, dust, wind, rain, sweat, stress, and jet exhaust. Flattened by my wonderful cranial. And I need my scalp and my hair detoxed because I haven't been able to refresh during that time period. And at the same time, I am getting ready for a black tie event, Sapphire and Diamond Weekend, to bring awareness to dementia. It is a wonderful gala for a great cause, and I want to be presentable. I am going to attempt to do some kind of roller set and detox my hair at the same time with Savannah Curls hair collection. The Savannah Curls clay wash is a 3 clay system that is designed to attach to hard water, pollution, dirt, and debris, completely refreshing your scalp and your strands, bringing out your best curls. It is formulated with fenugreek that also helps stimulate hair growth, making it perfect for those who are suffering with hair loss. The Savannah Curls moisturizing scalp and hair deep conditioner is designed with hyaluronic acid to put moisture back into your scalp and strands. It's made with 3 different types of silk to help with detangling. It's made with fenugreek and collagen and quinoa protein that strengthen your hair follicle and hair strand, as well as pamper your scalp. And it is perfect for a day like this where I depend on my deep conditioner to carry me through. For this hair tutorial, I'll be using my Herbal Aloe Anti-Shedding Scalp Treatment to help keep my scalp from itching throughout the week, as well as preventing unnecessary hair fall. It is made with aloe vera and a host of other botanicals to help keep my scalp balanced and to impart extra moisture during the styling process. For this tutorial, I'll be using the Savannah Curls Ayurvedic Hair and Body Oil. It's going to give me the catatonic slip that I need to keep my hair from sticking to itself and allowing me to easily separate my curls. This oil is a perfect finisher because it's going to seal in my hair and give it a weightless bounce. I can tell just by the strength of me putting hands on my hair that it is exceptionally dry. I can feel the mats have definitely started to set in, but here is most important. What is important is that I'm not starting my wash day like somewhere between 8 o'clock at night, because this is not going to be an 8 at night type of wash day. What's also important is that I'm not frustrated during this process as well. I have a clear mind. I am not upset or frustrated about anything. So I am glad that at least my mental state is where it needs to be. Don't let the speed of the video fool you. You most certainly do need to take your time when it comes to taking down dry hair and hair that's been matted. I prefer to use my fingers when I take my hair down because I can feel for knots and any tangles. So I won't be using a hair tool to do that part just yet. I'm just going to repeat the same steps on the other side. I can feel this scalp breathe again, baby. I cannot wait to use this clay. Because I'm on a time crunch, I'm going to do 95% of my washing with the clay off camera. I am so sorry that I myself putting the clay in the last section of my hair, I'm just going to have to resume with applying the conditioner to that section of hair. What you're going to notice as I apply the moisturizing scalp and hair deep conditioner to the last quadrant of my hair is that it truly melts into my hair. Now, I am a low porosity woman. Conditioner usually always sits on top of my hair unless I do some kind of crazy trick to have it absorb into my hair. But what I have formulated is a deep conditioner that is made with low molecular weights and very light oils that were by nature designed to penetrate and get into tight spaces. That's the reason why you see it practically disappear as I put it in. And because it's made with fenugreek that has slip, silk powder, it's made with silk amino, as well as panthenol, it's easy to separate as I apply it in. And normally I have an issue in that area when it comes to like getting the deep conditioner in without a brush and what have you. Right now I really only use my hands and I apply to my scalp because this product is not made with any molecules that are known to be carcinogens or anything toxic. I designed the deep conditioner to go on your scalp and throughout the rest of your hair. I really enjoy using this deep conditioner because it has so much slip and moisture properties and proteins and vitamins. It feels very safe as I put it in. My curls pop, my hair is getting longer and longer, and it's defining my hair in a process. I probably shouldn't have been in a rush. Could have showed you the rest of the quadrants, but normally when I use this deep conditioner, I really only have to sit down and let it rest in my hair for about 15 minutes. I don't usually need to go like anything past 30 minutes, but it just did such a remarkable job with remoisturizing my hair after being on reserve duty. You know, it's truly my dream conditioner. Please, y'all, do not come for me in the comment section. I am known for making the wildest faces when I am filming because I really don't like a lot of wet stuff flapping around in my face. So I'm always making like the wildest expressions. That's one of the reasons why I don't like filming myself washing my hair in the shower. But I'm going to have to continue to just make sure that I push out content and stuff. But please don't come for me. I am done smoothing, separating, lightly finger detangling, and I'm ready to sit underneath a heating cap so it could rest in for about 20-30 minutes tops. I truly love the definition that I'm seeing. That's all due to both the quinoa protein working to restructure the hair shaft, and it's also because of the hyaluronic acid that is pushing water into the hair, plumping it and giving the hair its shape. Out of old habit, I still sit under a heat cap to process a conditioner. It is just what I do out of habit as a person with low hair porosity. It just helps my conditioner, or any conditioner for that matter, to seep into my hair shaft. What I love about this deep conditioner is that it defines my hair and gives my hair back its spring and its bounce. Next up is the Herbal Aloe Anti-Shedding Scalp Treatment. This Ayurvedic formulation goes on the scalp to prevent hair fall, dandruff, and itching throughout the week. It is pH balanced, and the extra moisture from the treatment is used to hydrate my roots and my scalp, as well as helps assist with getting the necessary water it takes to style the hair and spread other products throughout the hair. I make sure that it is thoroughly massaged into my hair and to my roots because it is amazing at fortifying the follicles and stimulating it for hair growth due to the fenugreek, neem, brahmi, shakaikai, amla, hibiscus, rose, bamboo, green tea, coffee, henna, saw palmetto, and plant-derived sulfur that it's formulated with. It is truly my baby. I have put so much thought and intention into this product. It is one of the leading reasons why I really do not have a whole great deal of shed hair and why my hair has gotten as long as it has over the years. Right now, I'm just sectioning the hair and organizing my hair to get it ready to be styled and blow dried. I know that I wanted to try to do a perm rod set, so you really have to be quite organized about it. And so I'm going to put my hair into quadrant sections to make that task easier. What I do like and notice is that my hair looks incredibly moisturized and black. It's a far cry from how ashy, dusty, and dry it felt when I first started. So I know the deep conditioner has done all that I designed it to do. After sectioning my hair, I'm going to get started with styling with the Silk Elements Styling Mousse, as well as the AphoG Curl Definer Anti-Humidity Formulation Cream. I wanted to set my hair in a curl using a set of new curlers that I found at TJ Maxx. It looks like it would have been good for me because it has multiple rods on a strap, so it looks like it could handle multiple sections of your hair. And I have a lot of hair, so I was thinking these curlers could help save me some time. I'm now in the part of my washing routine where it's time for me to more or less detangle and dry my hair. I more or less like to get started with drying with the Revere just to kind of give it a stretch. I don't dry all the way. It is just about halfway dry when I like to start the detangling process. At this point, I would usually put in my hair oil in order to lubricate my hair enough to detangle it. But in this case, I use the mousse because I am trying to set it and get it ready to put into a curl former. Choosing a mousse, I chose a mousse with both performance and silk aminos in it because I wanted the mousse to have slip, so when I went in to detangle, it would assist me better in that process. So far, so good. As you can see, it was a good choice because the silk inside of the mousse is helping me detangle my hair. It's helping my hair define all at the same time. And I chose the mousse because it does have protein inside of the formulation that's going to help my hair keep its shape. But more than anything, that mousse helped my hair stay in a silken state while I was detangling. I am so sorry. I really didn't realize that my hair was so long that it was out of frame. I'm going to remember to angle the camera down so that you can see to the tips of my hair in future videos. I used the clip to keep the hair more or less weighed down while I was still trying to smooth the rest of the stylers into my hair. That way that I didn't have to bother, twisting it or flipping it back over. But right now I'm just working both stylers into a section of hair and I'm going to wrap it around a roller. I think I realized pretty early into the session that perhaps working with something unfamiliar to me in for an event so important to me was not going to be the move. I was not in the mood for any surprises, so I went to the flexi rods that I'm used to. But then at some point in the process of attempting to get my hair wrapped in the flexi rod, I really just didn't like what I was looking at and just decided to abandon any kind of flexi rod set, any kind of curler set altogether. And I just made the executive decision on spot, on location, to go with a wash and go. This is not typically the technique I would use to set my hair into a wash and go, but when you've been working with your hair for a while, you know what it will and won't do, what it's capable of, and how it's going to dry. And I felt that the results would be suitable enough for a black tie event. For this particular wash and go technique, I like to, when I'm done with each section, I like to make sure that the roots are that there is tension on the roots, so that way as I'm working my way through other sections, the roots aren't swelling inward, causing it to shrink too much. I need the hair to be set. So when you hear about a wash and go, hair, especially when you're working in a 3BC 4A range, nothing that you do will ever be a wash and go. It will be more or less like a wash and set. So what I am doing is manipulating my curls into its own shape and setting it, allowing it to set or dry in a way that it's going to stay in place with as minimum frizz as possible. The products still stand in this particular situation because both of these products are meant to set incredibly fast, as well as block unwanted humidity in the air. And that is what is truly going to prolong a wash and go from having to truly like get bent out of shape over the course of the few days. Because I want my wash and go to lay a certain way, I've already decided to part where I want my hair to, what direction I want my hair to lay in. I'm sure some of you have also asked the question, when am I going to detangle my hair? And the answer is, to be perfectly honest with you, I only detangle my hair one solid time throughout the process. I detangle my hair and have been able to maintain my length because I use the Revere dryer to get my hair in somewhat a straight state by drying it halfway. And then after my hair has been dried about halfway, that's when I will go in with my oil as like a light detangler, or in this case, the Silk Elements and Afro-G Curl Definer as a detangler to minimize the breakage. I'm going to make sure that I spread very thoroughly throughout the section. Not going to get too rough with it. I'm just going to make sure that it's spread very evenly, not too saturated, but it is incredibly important that if you're going to put your hair in any kind of roller set, that the hair is covered very thoroughly. Detangling my hair is only going to help spread the products through from tip to root, and make sure that each strand is thoroughly covered, so that by the time that I form it setting it into its own wash and go, that the curl is complete and it's thorough, and that it's completely wrapped, and that it's going to perfectly spiral with itself and form its own curl, basically. During this process, your hair is going to naturally separate and shingle almost on its own. And that is what's going to truly make your wash and go with this technique stand out. What I absolutely love about this brush is that it's not just going to go and snatch out your hair. It's going to make a particular sound that cues me into putting the brush down and going to find the tangle with my hands. Normally, that is what helps me with my length retention as well. As you can see, I was able to remove the tangle without any problem, and I was able to resume smoothing with the brush and getting back to business without any issues. I use the strokes of the brush to distribute the products through the entirety of the section, and that allows the hair to clump all on its own, and that is what creates a beautiful wash and go section by section. I went in with just a little bit more mousse and product to try to get my hair to clump, and it perfectly did. It hit that right consistency of saturation where technically you're not going to be under the bonnet dryer all night, but it will dry fast enough in order for your hair to be ready for an event. You can see my hair is clumping with the use of the brush and is separated in its own little section. If you want to make sure you have a little bit more movement and body in between your curls and air in between your curls, it's good to do it in smaller sections if you have time. The smaller the sections, in some cases, the better. I'm going in to try to make sure that the curls are separated in its own individual way. You can see that in some cases they try to separate by themselves, and that's what you're looking for. If you go in and separate with your where it's naturally trying to separate, that's going to create that separate airiness in between each curl, that lift, that body that you're looking for in a finished hairstyle. I'm going to repeat this technique throughout the entirety of my head and the other sections. As I said before, as you move from section to section, make sure that your roots are tight because they are going to swell as you try to get to the other sections and dry. So in order to make sure that the roots are not going to puff up on you, it's good to place a clip at the root and make sure that the roots are set kind of in a more, I hate to say it, tame state, but I don't know what else to really say. And you're just going to repeat in other sections. Another thing that I like to do when I do wash and goes is I like to place kind of something like a hair weight on the other ends of a section because I don't want my hair to shrink out of my control while I am paying attention to other sections. So I will put a hair weight on as I go to clump other sections. As you can see, all the other sections have been clumped and are completed with a hair weight. I am at the last section of hair for this hairstyle. And I am just going to one more time going with the Revere, dry it till it's about halfway. Then I'm going to take the Curl Definer and Silk Elements cocktail, put it together in order to clump that section, and it immediately does it. You can see it. Once again, you're just going to get a detangling brush one more time. Try to evenly spread the product and detangle your hair all at once. I did notice that as I was detangling my hair, that the more product that was added to it, the more friction it put on the brush during the detangling process, which made it harder to detangle. I will say that. So it's kind of a slippery slope when you are detangling with stylers. I know that the Afro G curl definer is a touch thick, and so it will slightly be harder to rake through and get through and distribute through the hair without maybe some added water. So that's probably why I went in with more product and probably another layer of mousse on top. But the results are definitely there. It definitely clumps the hair and gets it where you want it to be. Because that section of hair is closer to the front, I am doing my best to try to distribute the products closest to the roots for that added humidity and swelling and shrinkage control. I think a good secret to a good wash and go is just knowing the fact that whatever your curls look like when it's wet is what it's going to look like when it's dry. It's important that if it's going to look wonky, that you try to get it in shape and set it before you move on to another section. Because if it dries wonky, it's going to be like that for your finished hairstyle. Finger coiling wonky sections is going to ensure that it looks like a curl that's in shape when it dries. When your hair gets hydrated and is in a good place, it will naturally separate on its own to try to become friends with its neighboring curls. Like they will just find each other. Like here, let me slow it down a bit. You see those spaces in between the gaps of when I'm trying to smooth? Those are going to be its own separate individual clusters of curls that actually will be very complementary to itself. And it's going to form its own clusters while creating air in between it to give your hair that nice fluffy look. Another pro tip with a good wash and go is to separate your hair where it naturally wants to separate. When you go to form your curls or clump your curls and you want to create that separation, that airiness in between, find that natural space, that natural gap, and separate from itself. Finger coil if you have to. But ultimately try not to separate where it's stuck to itself, because then that most of the time is what leads to a bunch of frizz. I'm at the last part. I'm just going to spread some of the curl definer and mousse on my roots, and I am going to go up under the dryer. This is what my hair looked like after it was done drying with the weights on it. Each section is defined when it's dried, and this is more or less what my hair looked like after the clips were freshly removed. Of course, I'm going to go in, fluff with the Savannah Curls oil, and just try to shape the style in a way that, you know, there's going to get some air in between there. By the end of the day, there's going to be a little bit of swelling, and it's going to look 10 times better by the time I have to go to the event. But right now, that's my hair fresh from under the bonnet without any oil, and I'm just trying to fluff some oil in between there and kind of zhuzh it up a little bit to give it its shape and its body. I fully expect my roots to swell over the next couple of days. I cannot expect the curl definer, anti-humidity, and the mousse to completely do all of the work. So I'm going to be putting in some bobby pins in a few choice locations to try to keep my roots somewhat at bay. My hair, when you know your hair, you know what it's capable of. So because I know that, I am just placing some bobby pins in some key locations to try to keep the style for as long as I can. I'm going to try to slay this style for a full 2 weeks. I believe, based off of my experience, I can. This is my hair on the day of the Sapphire and Diamond Gala. I had movement at the tip. My hair was bouncy and full. I would say that the hairstyle was a complete success. Got plenty of compliments, and most importantly, I felt confident in my hair. Curlies, I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Erica Jones. Along with her husband, she is the co-founder of Silver Care Dementia Center, where she brings awareness and care to those who are not only helping to take care of those with dementia, but those who are giving care to those who have dementia. The Silver Care Dementia Center and its nonprofit is hosting the Sapphire and Diamond Gala to raise funds to create a state-of-the-art facility that is designed to help prevent dementia through community. Science has proven that dementia can be prevented through a healthy sense of community, social interaction, mental engagement, and friendship. I wholeheartedly believe in the Silver Care Dementia Center's mission to bring awareness about dementia and long-term care. I am proud of Dr. Jones and eagerly await to see what she has in store for the future. It was an honor to be a volunteer at the Sapphire and Diamond Gala. I learned so much that I would have never otherwise learned if I hadn't been there. Dementia is something that is perfectly preventable. We have to take care of our health. We have to make sure that our minds are engaged. We have to make sure that we have exercise, and otherwise, we also have to make sure that we have a long-term health care plan. If you are in Norfolk, want general information about dementia, interested in in-home care, need rest as a caregiver, please visit scdva.org. For more information about the Silver Care Dementia Center and how to donate will be listed in the information box below. All items used in this tutorial will also be listed down below. Thank you, my beautiful curlies, for stopping by and catching up with me. If you took any value from this video, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye.